Well, hello and welcome to the Indie Bandits Twitch channel and YouTube channel. Today we're doing another Indie Impressions video, and I'm Joe, and I'm joined by Jimmy and Archie.
Hello.
Hello.
So, this game was yours to play, if I'm not mistaken, Jim.
Yeah.
And this was part of our action adventure month, if I'm also not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and if I recall correctly, you weren't a huge fan of it.
I thought it looked good.
It does look good.
Yeah, but it just doesn't bring anything new or unique to the table when it comes to this type of game. I felt like, seeing as it's relatively new, that some quality of life upgrades would have been quite good rather than being an extremely faithful reproduction of a 90s style game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and Archie, you've never played this before.
I have not.
Okay. Well, should we dive in and see what it's about? I'll for full disclosure now, I'm a huge fan of Super Metroid, and I have completed this game, and I'm a big fan. So we're still not going to play it on hard because I'm just not. I'll embarrass myself enough. Sorry, I think the fact that this is 2005 is really funny.
Do you not remember the pink skies of 2005, Joe?
Man, it's more like 2020, really. I think this game is 5 years old now. It probably had no idea what it was going to be like. Great sideburns, though.
Yeah.
It's that junior of sideburns.
See, I think, like you said, it's a really cool looking game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nothing wrong with that.
And made by one dude as well, which is like
What?
unreal.
No way.
This is a
Super
solo dev effort. Like everything, I believe, like visuals, music, gameplay, coding, the lot. This bloke Thomas Happ did it all himself.
Mental.
Classic.
You know what that guy looks like? He looks like Disco Stew.
You say that you could probably get someone to mod it. It's mod Disco Stew into this game.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I mean, it really goes for the like 90s thing. I mean, I think it feels a little like earlier 90s than
Yes.
than what Super Metroid was. It looks visually like halfway between Metroid and Super Metroid, like the NES Metroid and the SNES Super Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
There's more story in it than Super Metroid as well. I love the sounds. You can't beat chip tune.
I'm not getting any music.
There is no music. I mean the audio. There's no music in the background. Just the noises. The
Alright.
beeps and bloops.
Thought I was missing something there.
No. I meant chiptune sounds. Here we go.
It's quite the jump he's got on him, isn't it?
Oh, hi.
Look at that. He's jumping like 3 times his height.
Right, we're not gonna press up to save. This is classic like Super Metroid dealy, like everything's empty.
Yeah.
Great sounds. So, like, oh, there we go. The everything coming to life, I think, is also like a sort of Super Metroid trope.
Right.
Like, if I recall correctly, when you first land on the planet in Super Metroid, everything's like seemingly abandoned and lifeless, and then you go touch something or pick something up, and then suddenly the planet's alive and there's beasties in it.
It's always the way.
I mean, I didn't feel that this game needed much of a story. Like, as I said, the like other Metroid games like didn't do much in the way of stories. There was a little like preamble at the start of them, and from there you go
Shoot people.
you go shoot stuff. It's just kind of like you're on the planet to get something, and then from there that's it. Like you've got your one objective, and the whole game is that just one objective. This one has a lot more.
The design of those bubbles is a bit odd. I thought that it was like something you wouldn't be able to stand on.
That's what I thought actually when I first picked it up. I was
What,
like,
you thought
don't,
you could-
don't touch those; they'll be dangerous.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're like red and black, like two of the the
danger
evil
colours.
colours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not incredibly well telegraphed to the player. There's a great YouTube video on this game versus some other Metroidvanias, and I remember one of the criticisms of the visuals was that it's quite noisy, and there's
I can see
not
that.
much to tell between like foreground background.
Yeah.
And things that like should be clear to the player aren't always abundantly clear. Whereas there was the game they recommended in its place was, I think, Environment Station Alpha,
I've never heard of that before.
and it's like more simple, but they said that the reason it was better was due to its simplicity, where this
Okay.
tries to do a lot and.
Yeah, like that's a very noisy room. Like
Like-
that background and those platforms
Yeah,
are very close to each other.
and the palettes probably aren't the like perfect choice of color palette. Like you were saying, Archie, you've got the red and black colors, which always indicates like danger, but also, you've got them against this kind of like really subdued gray.
Did you think as well, like, and I didn't play any Metroidvanias or anything, but the fact you can only shoot in forwards, backwards, up, down, or like very harsh angles.
what they called orthogonal directions. I can't remember. Like
Right. I was just expecting it to be like more fluid. Like I would, there'd be a larger range of motion to be able to shoot in it because it's very restrictive on where you can be to shoot things.
Yeah, you'd think like maybe have it look pixel art. I'm gonna die. Actually, I'm not paying attention to my health or what damage I'm sustaining. But I feel that you've got. Obviously, this is probably because in the old games.
I know, but
It
it's
was
been a
like
long
this.
time since those. Like, this is a modern game in terms of like when it was made. And I just feel like that's one of those quality of life upgrades that could have made this game a bit more enjoyable for me.
Fully analog directions.
Yeah, like why not? Just put that in.
I think
Say
that was
that,
one of the
having never
things,
programmed a game in my life, by the way, but still.
I think
I'm
Castlevania
wondering-
3 back in the day did that. They tried to move away from was it orthogonal directions?
You know what? I couldn't tell you if this was actually the term. I feel like
Let's
I've
use
heard
it. Let's use it for the sake of argument. But like that game came out like 93 maybe, a bit earlier than that. I think
Yeah.
with the rope you had, at least you could move it in any single like circular direction you wanted. As far as I'm aware, I don't believe it was limited to up, down, left, right. Diagonals.
8 directions. Yeah.
Yeah.
You not just find yourself at certain points in this, like basically sitting in a position, shooting in a direction, waiting for the enemy to walk into your bullets.
Yes,
And you're
I
just
think
like,
that was very
"Oh,
common.
God."
I think that was a very common thing for the time. But as you said, this isn't the time.
Yeah,
We're not in the 90s anymore. It's
I think
that's a cool gun though. Sorry, just
that's going to help you unlock some doors very shortly as well.
It's almost like that. Well, but then again, maybe this is quite mechanical, Jim. I know you said like the quality of life thing, but this thing, it's very important that you can't shoot in just any given angle. Because I think it might be because some of the puzzles are designed that way. If you get me, like if I could aim in any direction, maybe I could get like a good angle here and aim. If you get me,
You could just hide things behind walls, though, couldn't you?
my timing is fucking shit. Oh, I've opened it. Sorry, I was just shooting it for no fucking reason. But I mean, that was an almost like ridiculously tropey moment. Like, my progress was blocked because I didn't have this gun that could spray the bullets in like multiple directions. And actually, if we go back to I need those groups though. If we go back to the bit I was just at where fuck off, man, you twat. I know what you mean.
I found honestly, shooting the enemies, it was much easier using the first gun. And this
It
gun
is.
only seems to be useful for unlocking doors. Yeah,
For
that's
this
its
thing.
only purpose in this game.
But this is so like Metroidvania to literally just put you somewhere and then go, there's only one weird way out, and you're like, oh, I can't shoot that thing, so I guess I'm just gonna have to potter over here and go through that door. And then you go through a door and you get like a weirdly specific item to sort it out.
Yeah.
And I think that one was maybe a bit on the nose in terms of telegraphing it to the player, because there was literally no other option. And I feel like maybe that could have been a bigger area for me to get lost in, and it would have made
so
me
funny
working it out. Sorry, you're watching me just jump around like a twat.
Just watching you do this is exactly what I did for that little bit there.
Yeah.
It's the only way you could beat it without being hit by those bullets and yet still being able to get a shot.
Oh, yeah. Should we go up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might swap over to the... I don't know what my buttons are. Oh, wait, no. I've got the stick, don't I? There we go. I remember I programmed this at the start. I played this actually on me Switch. That's what I own this on. Cool enemies though. And I mean, it's a great game on the Switch, and like this is a great little game if you're like on a plane or on a bus, or like, you know, traveling somewhere, you know, where the Switch really shines in its portable mode. It kind of like captured the, like, you know, playing on your Game Boy during car trips and stuff. Not that I can, because I get horrendously travel sick sometimes if I play it. Oh fuck, I'm dead. Oh no, you know what happens here? Back to the save room. Everything's undone. Yeah. Sorry lads, you have to watch us be shite at that again. I just wasn't paying attention.
So is like everything undone, or is that door you unlocked earlier?
It's
No, it's the same situation. Like, you have to go back and.
Okay.
Just didn't particularly enjoy that aspect of it either. I think every time I went into a new room, I don't know why there wasn't just some autosave function.
Oh
but
no,
again...
I've still got the gun. Tell a lie.
All right, okay.
I forget what I have. No, because it's not technically. It's not. Did they say it wasn't technically me? They'd like duplicated us or something. If you get me, it's doing this kind of. I think that might be the like lore of this. That like the old me is actually dead. That one that died did actually die.
Okay.
And this, I think that's what they said, or they said we like rebuilt you from machines or something. I wasn't listening to that woman voice or paying attention to her. I shouldn't have done that either.
All over the place, yeah, Joe.
Yeah, but it's a cool. It's definitely a cool game on the go. Like, I don't know if you could like sit down and commit your time to it in its own right. And I fucking love Metroid. Like, you know, Super Metroid is like one of my favorite games of all time, and I've played it through like hundreds of times. But this was much better in the fact that I could just like pick it up when I was on a trip, and it would kill some time, like waiting at an airport, etc. It was the perfect game for that. As I don't know, sometimes I just feel that you know, I think a lot of games have a time and a place. In the same way, there's a lot of games that you'll play on your phone that you would not like play anywhere else.
Yeah.
So fucking Metroid, these like goops of health. It's very satisfying collecting loads of health though. You know, when they all like gravitate towards you. These little like orbs of energy. Right. You just been paying attention where I'm meant to be going, because I'm just shooting shit. Like,
that's the thing with these games. It's very easy to get lost, isn't it? But I suppose that's part of the fun of them.
It's by design.
When you have to like retrace your steps 80 times back to lots of different rooms.
But the idea is, I mean, generally, my understanding is that you're supposed to like retrace your steps back, having like unlocked some cool stuff, so that the retracing of your steps is supposed to be like more enjoyable because you're more powerful as you go through. So, and I think that's probably like a fine line that they have to tread, where it's like, yeah, like I should be using that other gun now, but like you said, Jim, this gun's much better. The other one is just like a weird unlock the keys sort of gun, and that's not what you're supposed to do when designing Metroidvanias. Like, I'm supposed to get that new gun, and I think it's meant to sort of like become my favourite gun. And it hasn't. I mean, like, everyone has their preferences, but like there's supposed to be this sort of like arc of you getting more powerful. No, I haven't. I'm just shooting stuff. It's weirdly more. Oh wait, no, I came up here and there was and there was the glitchy shit.
Do you have a map?
Yeah, it's in the top right. See it?
Oh right, you can't enlarge that or anything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can't jump in that.
No. So.
Okay. Oh, so you
well, there you go. Down.
Bottom right.
Yeah. I think bottom right, because I feel I went bottom right and there wasn't many options. Oh fuck's sake, George, don't be a top.
Draw.
Oh fuck! I didn't even see him. Oh, don't die, you twat! I need to do the classic. See these things? These are like by design for just like farming health. Like Metroid had some, and you know these little like pipes where just enemies constantly spawn out of them. So if I really wanted, what I could do is not shoot the sponge thing, and just shoot these baddies that come out of them, at least until the point where I've got all my health back, and then I can destroy the hive thing, and then, but only once I've got all my health back. That didn't work because I didn't do that, but in theory that's what you're supposed to do, I think. Maybe they're not giving us much in terms of health, are they?
You've already had a big health.
Yeah, maybe that's also by design.
Drop
Shoot
all the
them
way
gets. Down. Yep. Whoa. But according to the map, there's some sneakiness through. Can you see on my mini map? There's a supposed sneakiness, sneaky door.
Is there?
See, there's a little white thing. Oh fuck! I'm stuck.
Further down.
Like here. Maybe one down. I think I can see it. It's here, but it's not there. Oh, I found it. Never mind. It was actually just a fucking obvious door. It wasn't even that sneaky a door. But there we go. Not so sneaky door. Yeah. Let's get back to the not a shit gun.
I do kind of like the labyrinthian nature of this, just slowly working out what to do, where to go. That's what.
Yeah. I mean that's like Metroidvanias through and through in it. That's you're meant to explore rooms and corridors, and this with the minimap. Look at that sneaky bastard. See him waiting for us. Him there. Hang on.
Pincers.
Haha, you twat. Got him. It's rip. Yeah, this has got to be something special because there's only one room for it. Ah, cool, save room. I do like that animation is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that definitely looks good.
Is it too much of an homage to the past of this game?
Yes, that was my major problem with it, was that it had no quality of life upgrades from the original games when I think it probably could have.
I mean, arguably this weapon select wheel but it is minimal, quality of life upgrades. It is very clearly trying to be
Metroid.
Super Metroid. But if you were oh, nice sounds. If you... Mint sounds. It's a giant...
Crap.
If you really liked Super Metroid and have just played it to death, like I have multiple times, this is almost Super Metroid again.
It is, but do you not think that's just basically creating the same game again?
Well, essentially, yeah, it's like Metroid with a different skin, if you get me. And for someone who loves Metroid, or Super Metroid, then yeah, it's great. But obviously, like I said, I don't know how much this would work for people who aren't huge Metroid fans.
Yeah, because I'm playing Hollow Knight right now. I haven't played too much of it, but that seems to be kind of
that's a more modernized version, right?
The step I'd expect people to take. Not that they can't do an homage to something they like, but Hollow Knight seems like a Metroidvania that's maybe doing its own thing a little bit more.
Yes, it's. I think it's Metroidvania in gameplay design and nothing else.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean by that, where this is Super Metroid in tone,
visuals
theme, visuals, sound. it is. This game could have been made at the time. You know, obviously it's better in a lot of technical aspects than Super Metroid, and also I think much longer in terms of gameplay. Like Super Metroid's like potentially like a 6-hour game at tops, and I think you can beat it in a handful of hours if you know your way around it. Like I think my last playthrough of it, like I'm not speed running it. I went and played Super Metroid again.
That's cool.
It's great visuals. Like you wouldn't get this in Metroid. Like the orbs don't even flow towards you; they're just sort of staticky. But yeah, my last Super Metroid playthrough, and I wasn't like speed running it. I was just casually like pottering around. But because I knew where to go and what to do, and I played the game fucking tons of times, then it was 2 or 3 hours, I think. And Metroid doesn't have like all these kind of cool things. These are all like the drills and shit, all these tools. Like this game has a lot more of these kind of crack on. But still, it is very like on the nose. It's wearing its inspiration on its sleeve, essentially. Oh, there we go. Something cool.
It looks okay. I'd probably play this.
I think it's fun, but like as you said, Jim, there's a lot of simple decisions that could have been made to make it more modern. But then again, I also don't think it's ever been trying to be a modern. It's literally trying to be an homage to Super Metroid and not a modern like upgrade to it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, well, with what you've played of Hollow Knight, Archie, you can probably get that it's like it's taken the mechanics and gameplay of Super Metroid as its core inspiration.
Yes.
But then moved on and become its own thing.
Oh, like, yeah, visually, like, these two games are like worlds apart from one another.
Yeah, it's a very modern aesthetic. Hollow Knight, isn't it? It's
yeah. Oh, it's great. I love the look of it. Isn't Ori and the Blind Forest supposed to be? Is that a Metroid game as well?
Metroidvania.
Yeah.
I've never played it, so I do not know. It's
might be. I only hear good things about it, so I'm really interested to check that one out.
I think it's definitely action adventure, but I don't know if it's like obviously an action adventure becomes a Metroidvania when there's like all the like item upgrades and backtracking and like isolated exploration, as it were. Like, you know, this I think this game misses the mark a little bit by having all the like dialogue not options, but all the dialogue and exposition, whereas Metroid didn't have any of that. It was just you rock up at the start, you get told what you're supposed to be doing, and then you're just on your own. There's no one that talks to you. You know, there's no exposition even from the main character. There's no like soliloquies or anything like that. It's completely like silent, essentially.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's pretty cool how this guy's managed to he's really replicated that like NES style.
Yeah.
That's pretty a lot easier to do.
No, and like there's no doubt that this is a hugely impressive achievement, and I don't think in any way, shape, or form that this is a bad game. But
no,
there are critiques of it. Like, you know, like anything, you can there's some things that could have been done better. Not tons of things, and not hugely like game-breaking stuff. But there are a few things where you go, hang on, that could have you know, maybe if you'd done this instead of that. But it's a trade-off, isn't it? It's like the guy wanted to make a game like Super Metroid, and he did. I think if he'd done any changes, he could have very quickly isolated people who just wanted more Super Metroid, if you get me.
Yeah, obviously everything's been done with intent, but just for my personal enjoyment, you know, reviewing the game and playing it, I would have just liked to have seen a couple of modern upgrades on. You didn't have to change the look of it, the feel of it, any of it. Just a little bit to do with how the character controls and just some of the ways of navigating through the levels. But then I guess that would take it away from being a more faithful
Homage.
Metroidvania. Yeah, exactly.
The homage.
Yes, it's. I think that's it. I think he's literally between a rock and a hard place when it comes to making like indie games that are supposed to be like games that aren't around anymore. Like obviously the retro homage is probably one of the most common types of indie games. It's like, hey, we're making a game that like the games you loved 20, 30 years ago. Because no one else is anymore. AAA's moved on. AAA's not going to do a retro throwback, and if it does, it's going to be a pure re-release of something they already own, a la those Mario games that have just come out, or the remake or reboot, a la like Crash Bandicoot.
Are there any more recent Metroidvanias? Like,
Well, this is 2015. Or do you mean like recent,
No, I mean
as
in the
in not
AAA
as a
stage,
throwback?
maybe, like, yeah, like.
So I would argue, I mean, this is still a very old reference, that all the Soul Reaver games were Metroidvanias, or at least the very first one. The other two were a little linear.
Yeah.
But remember the first one? The first one was incredibly Metroidvania. It was like, you start off, you go somewhere, you get a power. It's like, I think the first power you get in like Soul Reaver is like phasing through walls, and then you can immediately walk through like some metal grates, can't you, and then go somewhere else. And then the next one is like climbing those walls, and you're like, oh, I've seen these walls all over the world map. Now I can go to all those areas with those walls. So like that's incredible. I mean, that's still going back like 20 years, but that kind of thing is very Metroidvania, and that's like not the most recent example I can think of. There's probably tons of games like that, but I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything maybe in the last 5 years that is like a Metroidvania that's AAA that is sort of not a like a retro homage. I love that bit there. See this bit, Archie, to the right, this pulsing circle?
Yes.
You
Oh, you mean how
you-
it's like broken? Like it
Can you
glitches
see-
out?
Yeah, that's like
yeah.
intentional. That's not a and I mean that's intentional in the game. I believe it's part of the whole like theme and story of the game, that those like glitches that look like old NES or SNES glitches are actually like happening in world. This is not like the game bugging out. This is the story bugging out, essentially. It's and the story, if you remember, Jim, I don't think it's not like an amazing story. It's a very like trite kind of sci-fi story. I don't know. There's like, I can't remember what the story's about. I played this a long time ago.
Trying to remember.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that proves my point. Like, the story isn't anything
Yeah,
to write home about. You're like, yeah,
No.
there is a story, and you
It was
learn
more
a bit
the
more
actual,
about it.
like, yeah, it was more just the actual gameplay that was the thing I was enjoying it with it, I guess.
I need to burn just the top ones of these. There we go. Look at that. That's some old school logic from us there. Oh, what's this? A bit that's just too high to jump up to. Take a mental note of
I
that.
wonder what you'll need.
Yeah, that's the
Gotta go get the moon boots upgrade, Joe.
basically, yeah. I think. Wait, if I missed some doors, let's check the map. So, yes, I'll probably go left in that big column I jumped down. But this is that's a very common kind of loop. Just look at your map, look for a door you haven't been through yet, go through said door. Dickhead. And like lather, rinse, repeat, and then the second you get a new power up, the idea is you just look at your map again and go, which of these rooms have I only went part way into for some reason? If you get me, like if there's any broken sections of your map, like I still tougher than the other ones. Then you'll.
He was even hitting you, but he was.
Yeah. Yeah, it changes the gameplay a bit, not being able to.
It's always annoying when you get attacked by donuts.
Yeah. Is that a bit? No. There was another game that I played. Oh, I thought maybe we could drill through there. Right. See, so now I've created a bit on my map, which is clearly not the edge of a room, but it's clear that I haven't gone to the edge of that room. So next time I get a power up, I'll obviously want to come back here and see if it unlocks that. And I mean, I guess that's Metroidvania's through and through, isn't it? It's just.
Well, we discussed it, and we were saying like it was probably a way for them to extend the length of a game by making the game go backwards and forwards quite a lot in the game.
Yeah, like using these same
like the same room
areas
over and over again.
Instead of having 300 rooms, you can have 100 rooms and have the player go back through them again and again.
Yeah.
It's like being lost is inherent to the game's design, or at least not having a clear path marked out for you. And I think there were some later Metroid games that suffered quite badly because of that. Like for example, they telegraphed too clearly to the player where they were meant to go, and like literally gave them waypoint markers. And you know, whilst that's quite modern for game design to include that, especially with like all these open world games where it's just like you play it through the minimap. This is not the kind of game design players of these games like.
Yeah.
They want to explore. They don't want their hands to be held the whole way through. They want to just like be alone. I mean, these are definitely like single player games. There's no way this can be like multiplayer. I think you get most of the enjoyment out of these games from the fact that it's a solo effort. You know, it's just you on your Todd fighting blokes that look like Archie. So, yeah. I love the two.
Hard on the eyes, this one.
Yeah, but I love the garish two-tone nature of it. It looks very NES, like not even Super Nintendo, because there's not enough colors for it to be like a SNES game.
I found it was quite good for like just jumping on for 15-20 minutes at a time. I struggled to get into it over the a longer period. It just didn't grasp me that much over a longer period. It felt very repetitive over a long period of time. So.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these games are. I mean, I think. Firstly, I don't know. I think at the time, as players, we probably expected less from our games because they were quite new. So you would be like more forgiving.
That's cool.
This is iconic.
That's very
it's
trying to be a little bit of a Geiger. Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing.
Got there first.
Oh, fuck off, man, will you?
It'd be funny if she said that.
My name is Geiger. That's Cox though, so not quite a Geiger original.
Yeah. There's not enough weird alien penises around for it to be a Geiger picture.
Yes. Should probably.
Yeah, have you seen there's a game coming out that's just totally inspired by art, but it's using like Geiger's art, and it looks typically like a Geiger drawing or painting. It looks disgusting. Cannot remember the name of it though. It's like an Xbox game.
Well, that's useful, pal.
Sorry.
Alright, go and power up. This is going to be the power up that gets me through some of the bits that I couldn't get through before. Ooh, the kill there. I remember this one. I really liked this gun. It was, even though it's basically a taser. Can't remember exactly what it. I'll tell you what it does. That it goes through shit.
Well, that guy did not enjoy being tased, Joe.
Come here, you little dafty. Last orders at the ball? No, fuck that.
Look it out. Yeah.
Come here!
Enjoy yourself, pal.
I have a bit, yeah, sorry. having a little roleplay going on here.
There you go. And there's another. Can I get through? Boop.
So for a Metroidvania, does it have to be that what opens up the next area? It has to be like a special power. It couldn't be kind of like you know, a passcode or a password or something like that, or you know, like in Doom they used to have the green card and all that. Like,
what when Doom guy was moving to America?
He got his pink slip, so he got a green card. And
no, I know what you mean. I think that was the draw that your weapons were the keys, which made them inherently more interesting than just being a key, because it gives you it unlocks a new area and helps you get chased by these Ragis. No, these guys are too tough. Dickheads.
Wiping the floor with you, Joe.
I know. Shit, I want him to just come out here.
Damn it! If only he could aim in a sight.
Oh, my only weakness.
Angles that aren't multiples of 15.
Like,
yeah, I think the idea that it was cool that I think the description of what Super Metroid was is that your gun is the key. Because even in it's not in this game, but in Super Metroid you had to shoot the doors to open them, and that kind of like that ethos sort of like bled through the whole game. Like everything was just open with a key. Like there's doors of different colors in Super Metroid. So the pink ones are opened by missiles. The green ones are opened by super missiles. So there's this whole kind of thing that like your new weapons are essentially how you get around to new areas. If it's not a new ability, it's a new weapon. I really want to shoot this guy. Good. He better. Yes. Needed that. Yeah. So it's just, I think it's more interesting for the player because they get a new toy and they get to access a new area.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the. Oh no, I thought I could like hop up on these. Guess not. It's a great soundtrack as well for one guy. I really enjoyed the audio in this game, but that is probably just full on member berries at play. Just these synth tune, spooky synth tune, chip tune stuff. Heads. I hate these guys. They're absolute bummels. Haha, wrecked them with the Kilva though. Oh fuck. Does help you shoot around corners though. This Kilva thing. Can't go through there. Let's check the map. I think that's the. I guess up and across the top. Oh, actually, there's a few bits I can go through. Here's a quality of life thing, Jim. You can set a reminder.
Yeah, put them in your patch notes and your feedback form for them, James. Like, a list of things I want to see improved for the sequel.
Oh, I haven't been out here. Just past all these piles of dead bodies.
Jeez Louise.
It's like the big market on a Saturday night.
Gonna say
reference nobody will understand. All the fish heads he eats.
All of his victims.
There's quite, not that I think we'll get to see them, but if I recall correctly, there were quite a few biomes in this game. There's like, later on you get to like, just different feeling zones, which is terribly phrased by me, but you get me.
Different feeling zones.
Yeah,
you need more different feeling zones in our games.
That's the title of your first album, that, Joe.
Different feeling zones.
Different feeling zones.
I think the red doors deliver you to something interesting.
Something red.
Yep.
Oh.
He's definitely interesting.
A gigantic boss that could probably beat you if he just ran towards you, but will probably no doubt
on you.
spend most of the time shooting in random directions, going backwards and forwards.
The classic bullet hell boss design.
His animation's a bit awkward. It looks like he's using that
Thrusting.
device for something a little bit wrong.
Yeah. Right, I think I'm just meant to... okay. Do these respawn? That's a platform. See, that wasn't very clear. I didn't realise I could step on that. Oh, I think I got it.
Oh, you gotta shoot the yellow
The
things.
gold, yeah, his lumpy rocks.
Shoot him in his lumps, Joe.
His lovely mini boss humps. Oh, fuck. I thought that was good.
No, he's backing off.
I know, I've got to... There's no help for me. I've just got to hope I can hit these. I do like the classic old-style gamers
out thing.
of bosses changing colour as they're closer to death. You see how he's, like, turning more orange?
He's just getting more embarrassed, like...
Yeah, he is. He's like, God damn it, how am I not winning with the size of that I am and this humongous gun?
Only if I didn't walk backwards and forwards and actually aimed at him, I might have a chance of succeeding.
Yeah.
If I didn't have my biggest weakness on top of my head...
I'm
completely made of metal.
Work next.
I'm completely made of metal, but I just leave the softest part of me. Oh fuck! You might beat us actually.
I think you're gonna do this one, Manju.
Just name dropping all your song titles, Joe. The softest part of me.
That sounds gross. I mean, you know, it's kind of sad that this mini boss design was just me standing on this platform, jumping up and down and doing this and timing my jumps.
Isn't that what a lot of these old games are like? Like, you play something like Mega Man, it's just kind of like jump and jump backwards. Shoot,
but
you know, like.
But you have like two
bosses.
But you have oh shit! You have 2 dimensions.
Yeah, it's round 2.
You have 2 different dimensions to work with, and that fight boiled down to 1. Like, if you know, I can move left and right as well. Make that part of the game, like, or at least part of that boss fight. I mean,
put
maybe
on the feedback form.
Yeah, patch notes. The address disruptor. Oh, this is the cool one. Yeah, that's the. This is the mental shit thing, isn't it, Jim? That like you can turn.
Oh, create. Yeah, and I guess those other bits as well, where you can remove barriers as well, can't you?
Yeah, it just it glitches or unglitches stuff. This is what this was for.
Oh yeah.
And then I can stand on these, which is cool. I think this is really cool. Like the sort of
that was a good idea. Yes.
The fact that they are just like glitching out graphics. Oop. Oh, never mind. I just let us back around the top. And even the like this is. It's cool. It's a cool design choice to have the glitchy part of the world be in game. You know, it's a sort of nice nod to all the shit that went weird during during games back in the day, like all these like weird bugs and glitches you'd find because they didn't have like massive teams of like thousands of people working on them. Some of these games were made like by a team of 10 devs. And they couldn't patch them either. I do like the fact that this works on all the baddies as well. You know, that like all the baddies have like this glitch mode. And if I recall correctly, some of them are stronger and some of them are weaker.
You can't seem to hit him, I don't think.
No, but I think this turns the thing into just a thing that spouts out energy now. Which is cool.
Well, Angie, don't you, Joe?
Yeah, but I'm greedy.
He's full of beans today.
There we go. This is... yeah. The weird glitch thing that destroys all the... Like, I think that's.
I don't think I got much further than this, to be honest. Because this is ringing a bell, but I can't think of what comes after this. Whereas the rest of it.
Well, I think for a while it's not that memorable. There's a large portion of the game where you're just walking through these like pink caves for a bit.
I do feel like there was another boss though. I remember beating the big fat guy who only shot one direction.
Which one? I mean, see, this bit's a little bit more interesting the area I was previously in.
Yeah, but I remember when I was
thinking
of this, I was like, it feels out of place with the rest of the game. I felt like it doesn't have much
aesthetic consistency.
Yeah, like it's like, well, this is actually better design because the background fades away more from the foreground, but it just felt completely different. If the whole game had been this, then maybe. I mean, I'm not saying it's not cool. I feel like I'm bashing it, but it's actually, I did enjoy myself playing this game.
I think there's the problem that it's like one dude, so basically whatever he gets painted or drawn or designed probably makes it into the final cut, and there's not that many opportunities for him to go like back through the entire game and like standardize the graphical style, if you get me, because it would just be so much work. It's kind of like, oh man, the first areas I designed look kind of crap in comparison to like the last ones I did, but I can't go back and redo them all because I just don't have the time, and this game's taking me fucking years. It's
So like, if you died now, because you haven't saved in a while, have you? Like,
no,
you'd go back a canny distance, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I think shit would still. I think I'll go back a good distance, but I think progress is kept. I think I'll keep the upgrades and the bosses I've beaten. I think this is where it differs. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Here we go.
Oh, speak of the devil.
But I honestly think
I
think this is
maybe
different
I did.
to the old games where they would literally like remove all your progress from the last save. It would just reload the save, if you get me. But this, I think, respawns you back in the last save room, but it doesn't undo the progress. And if you decided to give up there, you could just save the game there, and you'll have at least keep the guns. I thought that was doing something. It was not.
It wasn't.
Oh, this does something surely, right? Oh no, it looked like it would. Nope, you can just shoot it. Can't even get that thing, can I? Maybe I can. No, I thought that
the electric thing, Joe. The electric thing.
No, the Kilver doesn't reach.
I thought no, it removes the barrier, doesn't it?
No, I thought you had to shoot these things to turn off the barrier. I think that was the.
Oh right. Well,
I thought it was just that. Yeah, I got through. There wasn't anything there though. I'm going back to work. I know it's still unlocked. I wanted to see if it was maybe back for a bit. It was not. Skadoosh. Oh. See, I'm wondering if there is like, there's probably baddies that were designed like right at the end of production that probably look fucking boss. Like as the dude got like better at like graphics or whatever. And then there's probably like early level. Maybe those donut guys were the first baddie he ever designed. And like those end boss guys are like probably the last things he designed. Once he worked out how to put in like mini bosses or whatever. Oh, wrecking this bit. That's a secret bit. Well, not fully secret, if you get me, but the idea that you can that some of these blocks can be destroyed and some of them can't. That's secrets are a huge part of Metroidvania as well, I believe. Metroidvania games have to have like hidden passageways that are like really just luck of the draw whether you find them. Like that was just a thing where it's like, some of the blocks are actually you can just walk through them. Oh fuck, what's that twat doing? The idea that like maybe this block can be walked through, but you've just got to go try it.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying because you'd be like, right, so the game designers are telling me I've got to try every single pixel in the fucking game to see if it like leads to a secret passageway. The classic timed.
What's he doing? Just shooting like right in the wall.
Oh, why is he crab walking as well? Like,
because he's weird.
There we go. Get him out.
Yep, he definitely got you.
On the plus side, they can't aim in weird angles either, can they?
They have less directions, I think.
This guy's got quite a few directions. I mean, there's an interesting amount of beasties in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh fuck, I walked right in. I forgot to hold the block button to try and shoot down at this dude. Like, with like interesting, I guess, variances in speed. There's I think a lot of problems with older games is that all the baddies were essentially like the same speed. But like, this has like a good range of like crawly enemies and enemies that run at you and enemies that like swoop around and fly around your head. Makes you get the most out of the 8 angles you can shoot at. Sort them fuckers out. Yeah, this is the kind of thing where I'm probably meant to be like shooting everything with this like glitch gun thing to see if it reveals anything cool. And there's probably a lot of secrets that I can be unlocked with it.
Oy. Sound like Popeye there, Joe.
Is that Popeye? Yeah, that's much better than my Popeye. But to be fair, I didn't know I was doing a Popeye impression, so I think I can be forgiven for it being bad. Let's use that gun because we haven't used. Oh, he's leaning over the edge anyway, so this gun is pointless. Oh, and it's too close. I'm gonna have to shoot off her weird angles. There we go. Again. But that was literally because I'm trying to like make a point of this game. I think under normal circumstances, I just wouldn't have used this gun. Yeah, fuck it, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I think there's a lot of just ideas in for the sake of it in this game as well.
Yeah, which again, you know, as we said, one guy making it, fair enough. Like,
nothing gets left on the cutting room floor, essentially.
Yeah.
Am I meant to? Great sound.
Yeah, with the enemies, there's not much like consistency of like design. I don't think.
No.
But again,
what's that?
Like you said with the like,
it's not a big deal.
Whereas Geiger has a particular style.
You mean just like strong cocks, basically?
Alien cocks, yes. We've been over this. Yes, Geiger likes style? Extraterrestrial phallus.
I like drawn dicks.
But only on aliens.
That guy's quite a groovy one, that blue one, isn't he? Look, when he stops, he has a little dance. Yeah. Get him.
He looks like he's sort of smiling. Oh shit. Doesn't seem happy though.
Shooting him. Poor Joey just wants to dance with you, man.
He does look like he's got a bit of it.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah, like, how would you know if you could like shoot these fellas? Do red bubbles do something? No. So yeah, it's like you see stuff and you're like, I don't
surely
know.
that was something further down the line, like.
I think it might just be a design element.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe you got to the end for like making this was like, you know, fucking bubbles. Who cares? I'm leaving them in.
You know what they are. And it's
I like
not like there was
animation as much as the next guy.
Yeah. Second heat.
See, that's a cool design.
I think if I walked up, if I jumped into a room on an alien planet and saw a giant face, I don't think I'd walk up to it and go, "Miss, are you awake?"
Well, but he's already met one though. This is the sort of
very dangerous.
It's a weird story as well. It's like, what the fuck is it on about? It's I don't know what the genre of sci-fi this is. I mean, it's like, is it called the singularity?
I don't
sort of like touching upon the idea of like shared consciousness and all this shit.
It's like dark sci-fi. Oh, what do you
Yes.
call that?
I mean, the opener looked very Blade Runner. Oh, jumped straight in my mouth. I can't get up there. If only there was something that could help us get up there later on. Yeah, and like this bit, like I know I've killed the baddies, or maybe there weren't any baddies. I can't quite remember. But like, there's no point in us walking through if you're not going to respawn the enemies.
So how long is this game about?
Oh, I can't remember, but it's a decent number of hours.
10, 15, or
it could be as much as 20. I honestly can't remember since I played it.
Yeah, because I know like Hollow Knight's supposed to be like 40 odd hours, and like
I don't think it's that long. I think it's shorter than Hollow Knight, but it will definitely be. I mean, it's long. It's definitely longer than Super Metroid, and I think by at least a factor of 3. You know, it's like you'll get your money's worth out of it. Like, it's for the cost of it and how many hours. It's not one of these games where you're like, oh, it's 2 hours long and it's a sort of a, don't know, like a walking simulator or an experience indie game, because there are a few of them, and some of them are like brilliant. And I've played games that have lasted 2 hours and have thought were amazing, but this is definitely not one of those. There's at least a decent amount of gameplay time in it. I feel I'm at a bit of an impasse here.
To be honest, I cannot remember which way to go.
No, I'll check the map. Okay, there's a door to the right there. Off to the, just like directly the right of where I am. Was there some reason I couldn't go through there? Nope, I just haven't done that yet. And I'll probably go here and save and then
find a save room. And
find
there's
a what?
A boss on the other side.
You know this thing that saves you? The save room thing.
The egg cup.
Yeah, see when it's closed? Do you remember those? You remember those aliens that you could buy back in the day that were in goop? Like,
oh, the ones that apparently could have babies. Like,
yes,
God,
yes, the one that the rumor was that, doesn't it look like those aliens in an egg cup thing?
Yeah.
It's just reminds me of those when people were like, if you rub its head together, it gets pregnant and stuff, and it's like just schoolyard nonsense.
But that rumor seems to have gone like far and wide though. Like I think I've seen on Facebook that there's people pages dedicated to like 90s like weird stuff that was happening in the 90s, and that is like, I was like, God, that must have been quite the rumor to have spread beyond just a.
I'm wondering if the manufacturers did it. Were like involved, going like, kids are fucking idiots. We'll just make it sound like these egg things can breed, and then you know. But I wonder who found out about it, because, like, I want to know who was I don't know what you'd call them, the like source, the primary source of this rumor at everyone's school. Like, who was being fed this information? Where were they hearing it?
Maybe these manufacturers of toys had moles in schools. There was kids planted in every school to spread bullshit rumors about toys.
Yeah. These are some cool baddies, but it's like, the fuck? Who designed them? What are they about? Oh, that's glitchy. No, it's too glitchy. Guess I've got to go around. It's just the inherent logic of this game is a bit flawed as well. It's like, okay, I can shoot that, but that's a background feature. That I can't go through. That I can drill. That I can shoot. That I can turn into. I know. Choose my words. I know. It's getting a bit too. It's all this chat about Geiger.
Electrocute it. Go back. Check. That's what we were going to test, weren't we?
So you think? Yeah. So you were saying you think the Kilver just? No. See, you have to hit that little red orb thing
this
to
thing
turn
on the
off
other side. Yeah.
That was it. And the reason the Kilver was useful is because it goes through walls anyway. Yeah. It's. I think I can get this dude. Oh, got him good. And there seems to be like no inherent logic as to why these doors are like orange. Can Kilver get these fuckers? Yeah, I've got them good. This music's mental as well. Don't know if you can hear much of it, but it's like, it's the classic, like, all I can call it is ethnic warbling sound. I don't think that's the musical term for it.
Well, that is it, sure. Ethnic wobbling. It's my favourite type of music.
But it's like the kind of like, I don't know, it's like...
The guy just doing dives, fancy dives.
Yeah, he's just practicing his
for
diving.
the Olympics. Yeah.
Can you hear the, like, Vocaloid thing?
Yeah, that's a bit of ethnic wobbling, Joe, I think it's called.
No, but it's like the type of singing they use whenever they want to, like, indicate that you're in, like, the Middle East or the Maghreb. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, sort of like Arabic singing, I guess. Or like some elements of Bollywood music as well have that kind of weird vocalizing. Oh shit, I didn't even realize how close I was to death. Oh, I should have got that health thing as well. Oh, fuck. It's got the classic "you fucked" noise. Ooh. Field disruptor.
There you go, there's your jumping.
Way, I can jump
I do remember
high.
the jumping bit.
Yeah, the classic. You've got the high jump now. Now try and remember every bit of the map you've been to where something was just out of jumping reach.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That
retrace your steps.
Yeah. I wonder if the dude's called Trace for that very reason. No. There's a lot of this just like, hey, give it a try. Yeah, nah, fuck it, it doesn't do out there, but it might do. Oh shit, I'm gonna get whomped here. Just hope this guy doesn't want to shoot at the height I'm at. He did not.
Luckily, you can only shoot in, 4 directions at the same time?
8 directions for me, so I am the, like, alpha of this crack on. I'm like, ha! You can only shoot in 1 direction? I can shoot in 8. Unless I'm... technically only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, unless I'm in midair. And this guy can only shoot in 1. Laser boy, yeah. Oh, fuck. Jumped into his laser like a right twat. Right, what did I get? High jump? Was that the thing? Get the Cliver on. Kilver.
I think it was the
you need to kill that. They would
wobbling.
Really...
The ethnic warble high jump.
Yeah.
Straight through, yeah. Nope. Nope. That was just
Are you
not
insane? Go back to the last... No, down. I think you can jump high now. In the other room.
Jump high.
Yeah, these lasers I'm getting fucked by the lasers.
That sounds minging, Joe.
Don't want to get fucked by the lasers. Oh yeah, now I can just jump. No, that's still... Oh wait, no,
what?
I can...
You can get up there.
No, it's too narrow. Yeah.
Don't you?
That was sort of the idea. Yeah, I can't crawl through here is the problem, but I can shoot.
You have to learn to crawl as well.
Do you not remember the meme that went around?
Can you not just look down?
Sorry, can I just look down?
Can't you crouch? Can't you do a crouch move?
But
so
not.
Can that not work up there?
Not through into it.
All right.
I have to already be standing up in order to crouch. You know.
So you need to go back to screen 1 in order to.
Man, this thing is. These guys are tough, man. The laser boys. Oh, here's something. Go through here and see if there's something high. Oh, nope. This is a bit where you're like, oh man, do I really want to like just have?
This
to
is the
keep
part where you go on
around?
GameFAQs.com. Fuck this.
I mean, you like exploring, but it is sort of like, is this just to kill more of my time?
You know?
Yeah.
Like, here's a...
I go to bed at 9 PM, I've got to, like, make the most out of your free time.
I know. You got to take all your makeup off and everything, Archie. It's
Yeah,
going to take hours.
And I've still got to make me hot chocolate.
I'd love the idea that Archie's like
done
up like a geisha or something. Like Archie has just an obscene amount of makeup on.
Archie wishes he was done up like a geisha.
Archie,
James, I might surprise you.
Just the idea that there's just like it takes Archie like 3 hours to get ready and unready every night.
Are you ready to stream? Oh, hang on, let's put your makeup on.
Let's put me face on, guys.
I don't know. Oh. Is that
Hang on, can you not go the other way? Joe, go left.
It's
and
a
then
wall.
left again then. Yeah, but can you not drill it maybe or disrupt it?
Disruption might be an option, but probably not. Normally that's sort of telegraphed.
Disruption is the option.
No. Out. Now I just have to look at my map and go, which bits haven't I been to? So I've tried everything here. I guess I go back through into the other zone. And,
Yay!
and jump places. That's your main gripe though, isn't it? It's like it's sort of fun and well, it's supposed to be fun. There's a fine line between backtracking being fun and it not. Ah, you can pop the bubbles. Oh, look at that! You see that? Oh,
now we're having fun.
Now we're having fun because I'm in an area I previously was in.
Welcome to the party, pals.
There we go. And I can jump up there now. At least this game doesn't make all the bits
room with
fucking
the
miles
dancing
away.
alien.
My mate, Dancy Boy. There he is. Dave the Rave.
Dave the Rave, he's got his headphones on and everything.
He is definitely Dave the Rave. Look at him. Like
He just jumped right over you there.
He's pilled off his nut. Oh. This is sort of annoying. These things that like slow you down when you walk through them. Oh, down or left?
Down.
Oh, well done, James.
Excellent choice.
Fucking great choice there. Fucking idiot.
I thought
Tell
the
you,
idea was
tell
to
you
get
didn't
to
play
a-
Super Metroid, pal.
I thought the point was to get to a nice safe room.
Surprise! Whoop! Whoop!
Wee mental Kenny.
Whoop!
Not falling for his tomfoolery. Right.
This is a room of shenanigans, and I don't like it.
I don't know why these guys make me laugh.
Yeah, they're kind of, again, really out of place baddies. Where you're like, you know
So
what?
it's just like zombie type things, but
Yeah, why do they look like zombies when everything else looks like aliens?
And it kind of feels like you played System Shock and like, I want some of them as well. Why did you disappear there?
yeah.
Steam.
Oh, that makes sense.
No,
Yeah,
it's like it's when you
I remember
sustain.
the last time I got hit by Steam and completely disappeared for a few
No, but
seconds.
it's when you
I know.
sustain damage. That's the thing. Where, you know, once you
Bing!
you know the like
Your
temporary.
dinner is ready.
It's what are they called? Dumbwaiters. No, shit. What are those things called?
Clever servants.
Ah, no. Are they called a cloche? Maybe the
Cloche,
things
a
that
clapper.
you know the big metal domes they put over food to. There's a name for them. Don't know what it is though. So not
A
worked
lid,
in the-
Joe.
Food lid. A scran top. Here we go. So this is the room that just tells you that there's going to be a boss. I believe. And then the red door is a boss. Is this the really good boss? Yeah. I mean,
All right, yeah. This is
This
where you
is-
come up for your performance review, and you've got to discuss if you get a raise or not.
well, this is like the one that like all the game artwork uses. Like you'll see this boss, and this is something that they couldn't do at the time. Like have these like giant bosses, and if they did, they didn't have the technology so that it could like pan out and show you it all in one screen.
Yeah. Oh crap.
And the issue with this thing in that video I was watching, that recommended environmental space station alpha or whatever it's called, said the game does this thing where it's like really cool and rarely does it again. I think this might be the only instance in the game where you have this cool like zoomed out thing, and then you get wrecked by a laser, then you get fucked by the laser.
It kind of looks like this demon's got curlers in, like.
It's in geisha mode, Archie. It's, yeah, the curlers are what you've got to shoot, I guess. I mean, but again, this is.
hair!
But again, look, I've sort of picked the one
There's-
area
yeah,
of the
you're
where I
kinda
can't be
protected
hit, and then I can just keep doing this, I guess. Don't know if I can hit the other one.
You are hitting the other one.
Rarely though, only a handful get through, right?
Yeah, but
But I'm just
eventually
wondering
get
if like using this boy would work, like more
Yeah.
effectively. Like, oh no, I think I'm only hitting it once with one of these. Up.
here you go.
Oh, now it's up the ante, hasn't it? I've got to like get down to here, and all I've got to do is sort of like jump up every time he does that. I'm gonna get back to this guy because I feel he's the. Oh shit! Mistimed that. But again, this is a boss that's broken down into a one-dimensional fight. If you get me, like
Yeah.
all I'm doing is hopping up and down.
Like, for like, the design of that's like pretty amazing, like a lot of detail and whatnot. But what it's doing looks incredibly dull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I
like
meant to-
he's designed something so complicated that he maybe couldn't have like animated it more interestingly. Like,
I'm feeling this is not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, you kind of locked yourself into a very difficult position there, Joe.
Hang on. I have, haven't I? I'm dead. Yeah, I think what I've got to do is... Oh, man. There was a room just before that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I don't have... Oh, and it saves on respawning as well, which I think is handy. Because then I am literally up to here. Ah, it's just across the way, isn't it? I just literally walked over and did it. We'll finish this fella off, and then we'll finish up for the evening. I feel we've seen quite enough of Axiom Verge. I think if like, I like it, as you said, Jimmy. Not entirely for you.
No, it was
I wish you just
enjoyable.
couldn't stream there. I like it and stream.
I had fun with it. I just think that it could have been better. That's all.
Yes, I think it's a good game, and anyone interested in the genre will probably have like a great time with it. Like anyone who did, I think if you like Super Metroid, you'll be hard pressed not to really like this, even if it's just for like the whole kind of like Member Berries nostalgia shit it's gonna give you by playing it. Going, oh man, like if this game came out as a kid, I would have fucking lost my mind. This would have been like the bee's knees. This is what you tell all your mates about, like Monday morning and on the schoolyard, going like, I played this game and I like came up against this giant fucking slug monster, and then I like drilled into the tunnel, and you'd be like telling your mates what bit you're up to and what bit they're up to, kind of thing. It's like, it's a cool game, but
I think, Joe, yeah, next after you're done, look, you can see some bits glitching out if you
yeah, I think I've just there. Look at that, I've just built myself a little shieldy thing. Look, I can probably do that elsewhere. I'm wondering.
No,
Wait.
go up top, like right to the top, and then onto the next one, and then.
You think I can? Yeah. See, this is what I'm thinking about the whole
All right, this is actually
angled
good.
shooting. You get me with the angled shooting thing? That was definitely so that oh, I've just undone it. Fuck. Oh, and jumped straight into the like biggest thing he's fired thus far. I can't remember what I
Angle
meant to do.
shooting down, Joe. Yeah, there. You go.
Yes, this is what I mean about the like the eight directional shooting. I think it's very by design. Like, you know, the bits that you can shoot on this baddie are solely there because that's like the angles you can shoot at. Don't know what I'm meant to shoot now though. I think I meant to like shoot his big bumhole mouth. Yes, that's the answer to that. But I've got to time it, don't I? Do you think there's like a certain part where if I stand, I'll be like totally... Oh fuck. Ah, double fuck. I think I meant to maybe hop up onto this thing. I can't tell if that's going to stay like that. There, like, do you think I can... Yeah, I can hit his bumhole mouth from there. There you go. Are they going to disappear, or are they just... Is that just what they look like? That's one of the problems. Like, them flickering is very... Commonly, this platform is about to disappear symbol.
Yeah, it's about to go away.
Which it's not. I think there are a few, like, game design issues. Oh, yeah, I guess, like, I don't know if Thomas Happ did, like, study game design, or if this was, like, a project and he's, like, all self-taught. But I'm just wondering if there's a, you know, this is sort of, a lot of the stuff that someone with, like, experience in the industry would know are, like, big no-nos. You can't have things that are just generally commonplace and known by players and then like subvert them, because it results in like somewhat annoying gameplay. Where am I meant to fucking go? Up the top, yeah, right.
Up there.
So yeah, I think there's a few major design issues in this game. Oh. But I still think the end product is pretty decent.
It is, yeah. For one guy doing it, it's an impressive project.
I think even for not one guy doing it, if you found out this was made by a team, you'd still be like, this is a pretty decent game. I mean, it's made even more impressive by the fact it was one dude who did everything.
Yeah.
But there are a few design decisions where you're like, that's a bit of a stinker. I feel like, you know, that's the bit where you can tell maybe he didn't have, like, you know, a team of 20 testers working on it, or, you know, just play testing it to go, I wouldn't do that because that made the player think this or that, and in many cases wrongly so. Like, this is still all really cool. It's fucking Goku there.
Pattern mind. Oh, pattern mind.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. It's 2020 actually. Spoiler alert. There's the path. Yeah, it's very like every sci-fi thing ever imagined. The breach attractor. And then we're surrounded by glitch and Hey, well, yeah. I mean, well, what else can you say about it without like obviously like going through the entire game and completing it? Because I think it is having completed it, I felt like it was worthy of my time. I didn't feel like the game wasted my time, even though there is all this backtracking in it. But I can see how someone would get really annoyed by it. Like, also bits this. Yeah, go on, Jim.
Just saying, like, having not grown up playing Metroidvanias, I just those things weren't like nostalgic to me. They were just frustrating.
Yeah, exactly. It's a large portion of the game is lifted by the fact it relies heavily on your nostalgia and your enjoyment of these types of games.
Yeah. Alright.
But yeah. I think we should probably call it a day there, because there's a large bit of exposition going on that I'm not paying attention to.
Yeah, probably stop there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in this kind of genre, go out and buy it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you've never played a Metroidvania in your life, then this game might struggle to impress, especially, I think, if you're too young to have played any game like this. Like, if you didn't play games in the 90s, or didn't touch any Metroidvanias whilst growing up, you might want to probably avoid this game. Because at least, Jim, you're of an age that you played games like this at some point through your life. Not necessarily Metroidvanias, but, the aesthetic style and that.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly. I think if you might find... You might enjoy it. I mean, I still enjoyed it, but you might find a few too many frustrations with it.
Yeah, but I think if you want to maybe jump into Metroidvanias, it probably is Hollow Knight might be a better option, because it is more modern.
Yeah.
I don't know how Archie feels about that, because he's actually played some of it, but from the impression I've got of Hollow Knight, it's like if someone had never played Metroidvanias or these old school like games in the 90s, do you reckon Hollow Knight would be better for them than this?
Well, I haven't played a huge deal of it, but yeah, sure. I mean, because I haven't played Axiom Verge either, but I think if you want a decent, because I had a quick check on recent Metroidvanias before, and I think Guacamelee is a nice kind of like short...
There you go, yes.
Short, very easy, very accessible, very nicely made Metroidvania platformer kind of game. It's very Metroidvania-like, but it gives you the general idea of what a Metroidvania is like, and played a long time ago, but I remember Guacamelee being very, very good, so
yes,
check that out.
That would be your recommendation then.
Would be.
So if you want to get into Metroidvanias, try Guacamelee out. Maybe we should stream that sometime in the near future.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Pencil that in. We'll give Guacamelee a blast, because I've never played it and I'm a big fan of Metroidvania, so that probably is that and Hollow Knight. So we'll have to schedule that.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Well, that was some fun, and
Yeah.
Folk know where to find us. It's the internet. Look for Indie Bandits on almost every social media you can find. We'll have some sort of presence on there. Or join the Discord and tell us what you think about Axiom Verge if you played it. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the internet. You know what to do. Ta very much.